So if you'll follow me into the selection room, I have a couple of options for you. I know we talked about doing a traditional service followed by cremation. We went over the GPL in the conference room, and there was a range of prices there, but here is a comprehensive casket price list for you. You can take a look at that as we look at the caskets around the room.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anything that's catching your eye as we enter the room?
Well, I know that Dad was in the Navy, and I see that you can personalize that. Is that what that is?
Yes, you can. So over here is our medals. You can pretty much get these caskets in any color that you'd like. This one here is a Hampton Silver 18 gauge. It's priced at $32.95.
Interesting.
We talked about cremation, so this wouldn't necessarily be a casket we would use for cremation. We can certainly make it happen if that's what you want, though.
Sure. Mom, who was buried in a casket very similar to this, and but I was always confused. It's been many years ago. What's the gauge? What does that mean? 18
so
gauge.
that is the thickness of the metal that it's made out of. So this one is 18 gauge. You can do a 16 gauge, a 20 gauge. This is kind of right in the middle. It's kind of the sweet spot for it. There's also a difference between gasketed and non-gasketed caskets.
And this is a non?
This is a gasket.
Okay, gasketed.
So the difference here is that it has this rubber seal all the way around the casket.
Okay.
And that's just an extra layer of protection for the casket itself.
Interesting. Well, thanks for sharing that. But you mentioned that we can't use this. So
Right,
is there
so,
something that we can use that would also help on
We
them?
have ceremonial caskets, and we have crematable caskets as well. So over here are our woods. Is there any finish that kind of catches your eye on the wood side, so I can get an
Well,
idea of what
as soon as I walked in, I saw what looks like what Dad would call a pine box.
Yes.
But that is much fancier.
So this is our ponderosa pine. It's a favorite of a lot of the families that we serve. It's $37.95. It's got a linen interior, and again, I wouldn't particularly recommend this one for a cremation. Again, we can certainly make it happen, but I would lean more towards a ceremonial casket or something that's more crematable. But if you are dead set on the pine box, we could certainly do that for you.
Well, I'm fine with whatever you suggest. I do like that color,
Okay, well,
or something
I'm gonna take you
darker.
over here, and I'm going to show you what is considered our ceremonial or rental casket. This is more of a traditional casket look, or we have the Longley, which is a crematable casket. The big difference here is your dad would stay in this casket for cremation, whereas with our ceremonial casket, there is an insert that he'd be placed into. A false bottom would be removed, and then he would be cremated in a temporary container instead of in the casket itself. Do you have a preference?
I think I would want him to stay in the casket that we see. Can that be used to honor his Navy service as well?
We can certainly drape a flag over the foot end of the casket there. I think that would look really great.
Okay. Well, I like that. Let's do that.
All right, so we're going to go with the Longley.
Okay.
And we talked about cremation.
Okay, yes.
What are you thinking in terms of a final resting place after cremation is performed?
Well, unlike Mom, who was very traditional, Dad, he really wanted to be essentially cremated, and then because of his Navy service, he was on a submarine for years to place in the water.
Okay.
But, you know, he really loved going up to the mountains. And so I don't know, is there an option just for water, or what would I use if I did both?
We can certainly make that happen. We could do a little bit of both. So if you just wanted one option for both of those things, I would suggest a scattering tube. If you wanted to do, something more eco-friendly and placed in the water, something a little more ceremonial, you could do one of these options.
Is that a turtle?
That is a turtle. It's a fan favorite.
Goodness.
Yeah, and there's different sizes of those as well. But
tell me about the scattering tube.
The scattering tube is
oh, and look, it's got
favorite.
the ocean. Yes.
Yeah, it's a really pretty decorative outside, but the way it works is the cremated remains are placed inside, and that hole is punched out, and then you can just scatter the cremated remains in various places. It's also biodegradable, so Also eco-friendly.
So at the end, I could just place that in the water.
You sure could.
It seems a little breezy to have to scatter over the water. So,
Well, you could certainly scatter
Dad
in the
would love
mountains
that.
and then take Dad to the ocean.
Well, he would definitely love to be all over everyone, but we're not going to do that.
Was there anything else you were thinking about honoring Dad with?
Well, I did mention this earlier, just didn't think about it right then, but we do need to place something with Mom. Of course, she has a casket there, burial vault, but we do need to place something. He's got a memorial there with both their names. What would can I do that? That's like a third urn or something.
You certainly could. So are we thinking about placing Dad in an urn, maybe to match his casket, maybe something wood?
Well, I think, and as I was looking just right over your shoulder, I saw one that just reminded me of the casket that we just looked at.
Yeah, so the hand-carved cherry is a really great option. It's $6.25. And now it will have to be placed in a urn vault at the cemetery.
Okay.
Mom is in a perpetual care cemetery.
Yes. Do you recommend?
Yeah,
do you
I
recommend?
recommend this one here.
Okay.
Basically, that's just going to protect the urn itself as well as hold the load of the earth around the vault.
You know, that's interesting because Mom was in one, a full size or a standard, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but a big one.
Yeah.
And this looks like a little smaller version of the same thing. And
Absolutely
she
is.
actually had that palmetto on the top of hers.
Sounds like it is a good match.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
So that's what you call an urn burial vault.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I think we've made some really great selections. We've talked about the Longley, we talked about the scattering tube, the hand-carved cherry urn, and the urn vault. Were there any other items that you wanted to go over?
I think that's it for now. And no offense, I'm ready to leave the room.
All